Well, its early history is still a matter of debate among historians, but it's clear that African slaves played a huge part in its origin. We're talking about capoeira, or as it's pronounced in Portuguese, capoeira, a very unique Brazilian form of art.
Capoeira, it's a mix of martial arts, dance, acrobatics, and music.
Capoeira is a Brazilian martial art that was created by slaves and descendants of slaves in Brazil. Therefore, they had to disguise the martiality of it. It was a survival tool. You had slaves coming from different parts of Africa with different backgrounds and cultures and dance and fight backgrounds. And once they were placed in Brazil, of course, they were not placed with people from the same tribe or the same area. So they had to find something common, and they start exchanging cultural experience. And the result of that exchange later become capoeira.
While there are different styles and rhythms, the basics remain the same.
Ginga is the base, which is the dance disguise. It's just a swinging from one side to the other. That is almost like the heartbeat, what keeps you your pace. Then you have a series of attacks, which are the most martial one. Meia lua de compasso, martelo, bênção, queixada, armada, very common. Then you have acrobatics, you have backflips, you have macaco, you have, AU, you have parada de mão, beija-flor, a series of acrobatics that is to kind of intrigue the other person, get the person to question what you're doing and distracted by that so you can surprise. Then you have ground movements where you move very close to the ground to dislocate, to try to move and get the person's back and move into a better strategic position.
There are also 4 basic instruments used: a tambourine, a large drum, this little one made with 2 coconuts, and the main instrument.
The berimbau sets the rules, the pace, what to play, how to play. Everything's done following the berimbau that has different rhythms. It's an African instrument, one of the most ancient musical arts that exist, and this sets the pace of everything that happens in the practice of capoeira.
Similar to the belts earned in martial arts, students get color cords depending on their level.
Well, being from Brazil, capoeira has always been part of my life. I didn't actually do it in Brazil. I moved to the United States when I was 15, and I became a swimmer for about 10 years of my life. I was deep into swimming, and when I was done with that, it was a very hard regimen of training and swimming. I decided that I wanted to do something fun. At the same time, there was something that was my culture, and that touched me in a way, and this was capoeira.
I would travel to Brazil with them. I trained for like crazy amounts. It was like 3 days for like 4 days in a row. It was the most intense training I've ever done in my life, and I love it. It's like I'm getting a workout, I'm making great friends, I'm learning Portuguese. It's a great philosophy about capoeira. We like helping out the community. We do blood drives, toy drives, and all sorts of stuff, and it's just really empowering.
Students learn to sing in Portuguese and eventually speak short conversations. But to become an instructor, you not only have to master the technique of capoeira and play all of the instruments, but you must also be fluent in Portuguese.
And this Sunday, March 30th, the group will be holding a batizado, a traditional ceremony in which new students are welcomed into the world of capoeira. And the event takes place at 2 p.m. at Shady Grove Middle School. The address is 8100 Mid-County Highway in Gaithersburg. And the group will hold a food drive at the event, so they're asking for non-perishable items to donate at the door. And I am just hoping that my Brazilian friends say I didn't butcher the name. So